So I've been interested in this pair for quite some time, since sort of last year, so I wanted to take a look at them. And this is the Asics Gel Quantum 368 white pure silver, and Asics never fail to amaze me with their naming scheme, this being the 8th generation of the Gel Quantum 360, and they originally released I think in 2015, and this one obviously came out last year, being a new model. And they say it's been inspired by natural forms and interlocking structures, so it's mainly to do with how the upper is constructed with like the heel counter apparently, and then also the cushioning system itself. It's got that kind of block and interlocking structure going on. And these are primarily made as a lifestyle shoe, but taking influence from their running line. So with the details, it comes in a white and pure silver, but you can also see the hit of I guess a volt or yellow colour. It's quite sort of bright and reflective. And what they have is FF Blast Plus in the midsole, which is eco, so I'm guessing that means the materials are planet friendly, and so it feels a little bit sort of soft to the touch and quite sort of nice. And these are usually reserved for things like the Gel Nimbus series, and they're more for running. And it's also got what they're calling division space cushioning, which is like their gel cushioning, but it's like the newer technology. And usually they've had what they had, the Keanos, for example, had like these sort of gel cushioning type pods, and this one is now called division space. And what you can sort of see, it's got these sort of structures going on, which is almost like sort of square shape going around the sneaker. And I wouldn't say it is inside, I think it's just on the outside, probably like cutting through here, as an example. But they feel like quite nice and supportive on foot, and quite sort of, I wouldn't say majorly squishy, but supportive squishy, if that makes sense. And it also has what they're calling a Trusstic or Truistic heel counter, and this is quite sort of solid and gives you sort of that support. And also it means like the heel won't collapse when you're wearing these and just sort of putting them on quickly. And I don't understand what that actually means, but they're saying it's got 5D print detail, so I imagine that's the the printing mechanism they use to put the overlays onto the sneaker, which is what other manufacturers do. But it's got quite sort of a rugged toe cap area as an example, which is rubberized, and same goes for this overlay. It's like a fused material, very much similar to what Nike do, I guess, and Adidas do. And this has breathable mesh upper materials, and they feel quite nice to the touch. It is obviously a premium sneaker, so still okay, and it feels nice and quite sort of luxurious at the same time from the inside anyway. And the price for these were £185, originally, and it's one of those ones where I suppose I don't know if it's worth the price, which I'll just sort of say up front. But the materials, when you sort of see it on the inside, they feel quite nice and quite sort of chunky and nice to sort of wear on foot really. So with the comfort and sizing, this is on the soft to medium side in my opinion. I think I've kind of been sort of wearing them a bit and just sort of feeling them out. The insole isn't that great from what I can sort of see. It feels quite sort of not much to it really, and I think a lot of the comfort comes from the FF Blast midsole. And with that particular midsole, it feels like it's kind of similar to what you would have in the Gel Nimbus really. It's quite sort of soft, but still sort of supportive, which I think is a good thing, especially for a sort of lifestyle wear. And in my opinion, because of the way the arch support is, it reminds me of the Reebok Float Zig that I reviewed recently. It feels slightly sort of supinated, so in the sense that it's supporting more of this side of your foot versus this side of your foot. And I wouldn't say it's bad, it's just something to note. I wouldn't say it's like overly so. It's just one of those things that I've just noticed. So when you put them on foot, you sit slightly pronated. And you can go true to size in these. I went true to size with all Asics. I tend to go true to size and it's fine. And potentially you could even maybe go down half size. My toe comes to about here with socks on, which I feel is perfect. But if you're in between sizes, you potentially could go down half size. But to be on the safe side, true to size would work. And no wear in time for these. They're pretty much similar to, I guess, like a Vomero or something like that. They're quite sort of soft and cushiony, and the upper feels quite nice as well. And the traction is very good. So you can see that here. It's got this sort of pattern going on, sort of wavy outline patterns, and it feels quite nice on foot, and no issues really, apart from the fact that it's white, and you can probably see it's already picking up dust and dirt. So with the look and style, it's a simple colourway, quite a sort of futuristic look, and in all honesty, it's one of the more nicer silhouettes that I've seen. Why I say that it feels a bit more, I suppose, what's the word I'm looking for, masculine, I guess, because some of the other ones have like a toe that points upwards, which obviously the trainers, like things like the Kayanas, were made for running for back in the day. But I think for, if you're like a guy, I don't think they, personally, I don't feel it suits my foot very well having this sort of toe pointing upwards, which is something that's unique to more Asics sneakers rather than, like New Balance or Nike. But this one, you can sort of see the toe box is very sort of sleek, which I really like. And it's a good sort of spring summertime sneaker because of that, and you can sort of see it looks really cool in my opinion, especially this white colourway. And some of the other colourways are nice, but the black one, for example, it has sort of these black pillars, the division spaces in black, and I don't think that looks as nice. I think having this sort of clear structure makes it look a bit more like an A unit that you've seen, and I guess in a Nike trainer, and I think that looks quite cool to me anyway. And it's obviously a casual wear sneaker. And it comes with the white laces. These are like rope laces, similar to what you get in an SB Dunk, but you'd also put in a pair of sort of normal grey laces if you wanted to. So with the final thoughts, I like the contemporary styling. I prefer these in terms of the way they're shaped and the way they look, because I like sneakers that look more sort of futuristic, and that's why I kind of like these, and the technology that's been used in there as well. And I'd probably wear these over sort of the Kayana 14s. And the division space gel material that's on here together with the FF Blast works really well in my opinion, and just feels really sort of soft and cushiony on foot. Not like superly soft, but supportive soft. With the cons, I think cost £185. There's a lot of money. I know there's like a good tech in there, but still it's quite a lot of money for a lifestyle sneaker, especially for like a runner sneaker. But I also feel like the softness is quite nice, and the way the supportive cushioning is quite nice. Probably one of the better ones I've worn recently. So with the ratings, I'm going to give the look and style 4. I don't think it's a 5. I do like the unique look of it, and I do like the gel structures that are on it. And with the comfort, I'm going to give that a 5. I think it's really comfortable on foot, similar to like a Vomero or something. It's not as soft as some other racing sneakers that you would find, like especially the things like the Pegasus Premium or the Evo SL from Adidas. But they're obviously made as running sneakers. But this one is a good sort of neutral sneaker, more sort of softer than things like a 1906 are, but probably similar in I suppose comfort to maybe a Vomero 5. And the quality, I'm going to give that a 4. I think the materials that's using, it's not anything special, but they have put this good amount of gel blocking on there as well, so I think that kind of makes it better. And that's the same for the price as well. The price was too high. I paid £85 for these. I bought them on sale on the Asics website. I think they were just having a clearance for the older colourways that came out last year. And it was like, I think originally they were priced £185, then they went down to £122, and then it was like I think 30% off sale, so I got them for £85, which I'm more than happy to pay, which is less than half price. And that's why overall I'm going to give the score a 4. I think it's a really cool silhouette, and probably under the radar for a lot of people, because a lot of people are drawn to the popular models like the 1130 or the Kayana 14 or even the 2160. But in my opinion, these are more comfortable than all of those trainers. And to be honest, I think they look nicer as well. But obviously, beauty is an eye of the beholder, which I always say. So you might not like these as much, but I think they're very cool.